Hi Seekers, welcome back to the Seeker Circle where we do tarot readings, scrying readings, readings of whatever choice and whichever way possible to get messages for the collective. Thank you so much for heading on here into this video. Thank you so much for your support already, and if you have not liked this video or subscribed, I'd recommend highly to do so, and the reason why is because I promise you these messages are something you want to hear. This is going to be extended reading for September 28th. Let's go ahead and review the cards. First card we have is the Two of Pentacles. Second card we have is the Ace of Cups. Third card we have is the Queen of Cups, as well as the Page of Wands, the King of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the King of Cups. For the next set of cards, we're going to go ahead and review them. We have the Sage, the Druid, the Wise One, the Oracle, the Shaolin Master, the Snake, the Shield Maiden, and as well Mother Earth. We also do have our divination dice. We have Cancer, Mercury's in retrograde right now, okay? I'm going to go over this later on, as well as numerological code number 8. I have it here on an orgone charger that was gifted to me by a lovely person. Thank you again. You know who you are. All right, now that we have reviewed our cards, let's go ahead and go over them really quickly, okay? All right, so the first card we have was the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles, I'm seeing that there's a need to balance, seeking harmony, putting your energy into creating and sustaining balance. Balance is highlighted for this first card of this reading for September 28th. Something that could allow you time to also work and play and love and just create is on its way. It's into its fruition right now. So whatever you're doing is taking that crucial, action into developing this balanced of a lifestyle, something that you love to do. It's not just going to be work for you. I'm also seeing that your solitude versus social interactions is going to be well balanced, as well as your material and your spiritual life, your spiritual and emotional life are all going to be balanced pretty soon hereafter. Next card we have is the Ace of Cups. This indicates new connections, new romantic relationships, seeds of love and hope and awakening of the heart. As you can see right here, the heart chakra is activated in this card. I'm also seeing this kind of marks the prerequisite or the genesis of relationships in general. There's something about this heart activation that's going to allow you to become more deeper and more vulnerable with yourself and allow yourself to connect to others. I'm also seeing, yes, emotional connections, deep feelings of love and friendship. Your emotions are literally magical, okay? And this is your mystical power is love. You're just honestly a mystical being, at least what I'm seeing from these cards. Your capacity to love is also expanding. So when you see this right here with the rays kind of illuminating outwards, this is your heart chakra just expanding, and it's so irresistible to the people who you are attracting in. I'm also seeing here to keep up with self-love and self-acceptance, affirmations. Whatever you're doing is honestly aiding in this illumination of the heart chakra. What you're doing right now is pulling you to better, more loving connections, okay? Next card we have here is the Queen of Cups. All right, so the Queen of Cups, leading with your heart, love and compassion. Same thing we're talking about right here. It's just being really open-hearted, leading with your heart, being heart-centered, and devoting time to your emotional cues. If you feel any insecurities around connecting with others around this time, just know you can fix this simply by growing into a better version of yourself, or what you would want your ideal partner or relationships or connections to be. Something with boundaries, something with more love and more acceptance of the self. This is what you want. This is by being vulnerably, sharing what your tender heart has to share. This isn't about being closed off right now. So the next card we have is Page of Wands. All right, Page of Wands. Ideas galore, right? Explosive combustion of creative, infectious enthusiasm, ideas, right? Trying new things, giving yourself permission to dream, to be the dreamer. You are the dreamer of your dreams. So igniting the explosive inner you. This kind of makes me think of a baton. I don't know if y'all remember growing up, but I used to go to a lot of football games because my brothers were in football. But I would love when the halftime shows would come on and the girls would be flaring the batons and all that and the flags and stuff, because it made me think of the same energy. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's really very much like that, just throwing in the air and trusting it'll come back to you, but doing it in such a creative, flaring kind of way that it creates for this instance with the women who would do with the halftime shows and throw the batons and the flags in the air, it would make a vision like a performance, right? So this is you setting out your performance for the collective and really just throwing in that theatrical spice that you have into the collective. I'm also seeing your imagination will allow you to bring out your inner fire. So please just pay attention to your imagination. The Queen of Cups is also has to do a lot about imagination, fluid, emotional, creative ways. The next card we have is the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords here, I am seeing finding wisdom in your experiences, and just being that inventive self that you are, and allowing to bind the intelligence aspects of it with the emotional, with the spiritual energies, to really harness that truthful communication and that bravery that you need right now to step into this inner, expansive, heart opening, creative flare that you're having right now. The Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles we have is indicating stability, savings, as you see right here, like holding on to her savings. She has her little booklet with her, a little book bag, not book bag, coin purse. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying book bag. Maybe there's something in what you're learning is also great value too, that will also bring you into the flow with the universe. I'm also seeing helping others in times of need. You're probably very much more so that person who would just so willingly to give whatever it is on their possession to the person in need. Doesn't matter if you lose whatever you have left, as long as you know deep in your heart that you're helping that person. This could be your mission for the universe as well. This could be your contract here for your reason incarnating here, is that you be willing to sacrifice so much, that big Piscean energy here, just to see somebody else or a group or collective happy, or healing the collective in another sense. I am also seeing right here in the background like a shanty town. If you know what shanty towns are, they're basically just self-built up little sheds. They're like usually made out of metal and wood that a lot of people in third world countries use in order to provide shelter over their heads. So with this being said, I feel like this is something that you probably grown up in a poor environment. You probably grew up poor. You know what I mean? You probably grew up, not in the middle class or upper class. You were probably very poor as a child. So anything you could scrap up, and maybe this is something you learned from your childhood, anything you could learn to scrap up and save for a rainy day really has taught you one of the most fundamental and core lessons of value in this lifetime, that you must save in order to continue. You must save in order to find your true abundance. And it's not just material. It could be just, maybe because you came from a poor place. Maybe you came from a family of poor communication. Maybe it wasn't a poor place. Maybe it was a family that wasn't really good at communication or showing affection. So you harvested that love and affection and communication, or whatever the points may be for you in this reading that resonates with you. You've harvested for yourself. and you know wisely how to choose how to spend it so that you don't actually spill out. So maybe you are pulling away from that self-sacrificial tendency to just give all and lose whatever you have, but you know deep in your heart that even if the next person came by who needed these things, you would be willing to give it all if it meant somebody else would be happy, because you have a big heart. Okay. The next card we have is the Seven of Cups. Oh, and also for this card, I also want to point out to you, because of the way she's holding the coin purse, to not be so over focused on your possessions as well. So this is, like being willing to go, but able to harvest it together. Like, you know what I mean? Able to save up these parts for yourself, but not always just holding on to it for the sake of holding on to it. You know what I mean? We got to know when to let things go, okay? The Seven of Cups, I'm also seeing here choices to be made, you know, temptation on the path. As you can see, he's kind of like, right? He's like pointing at the cups, right? Temptation on the path indicates to me about this Mercury retrograde, which I will go over in a little bit. You know, needing to choose without fully knowing what the full picture would be. I mean, you see a bat wing right here. You see a king snake right here. I mean, you see a ladder right here. I mean, it's like no telling, and it's real foggy too. You know what I mean? So like the veil of illusion kind of just covers over these cups of choices, right? I'm also seeing that you need to be sure to check in with your heart space, your heart center, to see like which options would honestly stand before you, which ones are being honest for you, because this isn't honest, right? Maybe this one isn't as honest as it seems. So it's really about following the water. The water is connected to the emotions, which is connected to the heart. So follow the stream of water that is going through. You know what I mean? That's where your heart is, and that's where your choices should lay. The next The next card we have is the King of Cups. Excuse me for that. So the King of Cups is just renownedly known for the balance of the emotional self, right? So emotional and intelligence just kind of binded together, creating this fluid of a being. You know, masculine energy is highlighted here too. I'm also seeing the stability and balance is yours. So whatever balance you were seeking in the very beginning, maybe even recently, is definitely yours. There's no question in this, okay? I want you to be mindful of that. All right, Seekers. So the next set of cards we have here are Sage, be devoted and committed. Druid, hold the space. Wise One, grow within your current situation. Oracle, wait for important information. The Shiloh Master, be graceful in your movement and action, as well as the Snake, shedding old skin. The Shield Maiden, make plans and focus, and feel loved and comforted. So with the Sage and the Druid, as well as the Wise One here. So the Sage is just known for being just that being who actually sits with themselves. The Sage is devoted and committed to the spirit. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that must be a confirmation. Got like a hiccup burp. Oh. So the Sage is devoted, committed. The Druid is just a Celtic version of the Sage, okay? So basically the same thing. Another confirmation here is that you're holding the space for yourself to grow, right? So you can find that balance I was talking about and make heartful decisions and choices on your path. As well as the Wise One is like the crone, right? The mother maiden, the mother maiden and the crone. So grow within your current situation. This is the older wise self. This is the higher self I'm seeing here. You know, this is the self that wants you to continue to really just reevaluate your reactions and intentions towards your path, as well as how you feel about what you're going through too. To really just sit steady with yourself. I'm also seeing here that the Oracle, wait for important information. You are a divine vessel of God. You are a divine vessel of Source. You're a divine vessel of the universe. And they are practically telling you right now that they are using your vessel, your intuitive gifts, to transfer messages here. So whatever messages, important information are going to be coming through, they're going to come in strong. And they're going to come in I have a feeling through, I don't know. I have a feeling that it's probably going to come in through a sense of smell, maybe a childhood memory, maybe incense, maybe flowers. Yeah, there's something having to do with the nose, because I'm also seeing the nose piercing on her too. So maybe this message is going to come into you through a familiar smell, and you'll know exactly what the universe is trying to transfer to you through this. Maybe, possibly, this could be it. As well as with being graceful in your movements and actions. This is just indicating that even with the fierce dragon behind the Shaolin monk right here, there's still right here the praying mantis, which indicates great grace, right? The dragon can be known as fierce. The dragon is also known, which I've been picking up on lately as a message. The dragon is like the all elements, the primordial kind of source of elemental magic. So it's balance in itself. It's earth, wind, fire, and water, and spirit all together. So even though the dragon is known for being a fierce symbol, it is also very graceful as it does fly, right? So holding yourself with so much power, you must be reminded of your inner grace and to be delicate with your power, because it's very powerful and it's very strong, and not everybody's gonna be down for that. You know what I mean? So you really have to hone in your power and make plans and focus, as the shield maiden says. So holding protection with you at all times, as you see she has the shield here, and being fiercely strong and fiercely independent, as well as fiercely loving and fiercely open to your heart. Okay, you're also shedding old skins, I see here. I'm sorry about the glare, guys. So you're shedding old skin. Kind of like what, snakes do, right? And think of the dragon, they shed scales all the time. So when you're shedding each scale, each skin, this is just a reminder of you that you are growing within your current situation. Just like how it says right here at the wise one, you're growing within your current situation because you are loved and comforted by the universe, right? By Mother Earth and the elements. Mother Earth would not exist if it wasn't for all 5 elements. So that would be all of them. That would be earth, air, water, wind, and fire. Wait, did I say earth, air, and water, wind? I want to know why I do that. Okay, so it would be earth, air, water, fire, and spirit. Nothing would birth into this current plane of existence, this current world, this planet, if it wasn't for these 5 elements. So really honing in on these elemental practices, really just connecting with the earth again, finding your inner element, whichever one calls out to you the most is something you should definitely be working with right now. Are there any messages from here anymore? Yeah. Did you hear that on the radio? It just said rose. Did you hear that? So when I talked about incense and smells, working with rose medicine is also going to be very, very crucial for you right now. So I guess there was a reason why I had the radio on today. So I just wanted to make that pretty clear. So roses, something with roses you have a lot to resonate with. Maybe you've been using them in your herbal baths for full moons or new moons, however you do it, boo. But I really have a strong feeling that roses are coming through for you right now. So the next thing we're going to go over here is the dice. Let's go ahead and go over the divination dice, okay? So we have Cancer, Mercury, and 8. So Cancer, renownedly known for ruling the chest area, right? The heart area. The sun, moon, and rising is also connected. So if you're a sun, moon, or rising Cancer sign, this is especially for you. The home, the heart center. The Mercury right here indicates to me the Mercury retrograde, of course, right now. That won't be over until mid-October. So this indicates a lot of disrupted communication. So what to do with the Mercury retrograde being as it is right now. Here's the do's and then the don'ts, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and list the do's. So what you want to do is use your intuition. This is that Cancerian energy here. Use your intuition, seeing problems from a new perspective, reorganizing, reviewing and reflecting, okay? Reflection is very highlighted for you right now, and accepting delays or meltdowns that might be happening right now too. The don'ts, all right? No major purchases, no contracts, no behaving recklessly, no starting a new job or new endeavor, or arguing or fighting or hiding away. Cancers are renowned for hiding away. When things get a little bit too tough and going, they hide, they ghost, they go back in their shells, and I mean, that's their comfort zone, that's their home. They go back in, they retreat. So this Mercury retrograde is telling you right now, it's not the best time to retreat. This is the best time to really hone in into your intuitive creativity. Numerological code 8 we have here signifies balance, what we're talking about. It also signifies infinity. And the planet Saturn, the planet of karma. So what comes around goes around. So the don'ts I just listed, like, the major purchases, contracts, whatever isn't ideal for the Mercury retrograde right now. We should might as well just put it upside down, to be honest. Really? You know what I mean? So I'm really just seeing that to find your balance, really pay attention to what isn't centered with your heart right now, okay? So it doesn't backfire on you, okay? We don't want that. But yeah, this concludes this reading. I really, really hope that you found resonance with this reading. Go ahead and like, comment, and just subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much for your subscription to my channel. That means a lot to me. If you are interested in booking your reading with me, I'm open for personal readings as well as commissions, because I am a painter. I am an artist and I love to paint. So if you're interested in any of my services, go ahead and look in the description box down below, and I will talk to you next time. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining this reading, and I will see you all next week. Take care.